You think of the big picture of an experience for a couple people. That's a pretty neat loop of life.
Absolutely. And to see JR doing so much with her team.
Here's the tip. Vonleh and Che featured there. Ducks will have it. And this matchup underway for Colorado and Oregon. Buffs have won 3 consecutive matchups against these Ducks. Che goes on the right side, draws a foul. That's important for Oregon, getting a foul in the first 15 seconds against Vonleh.
Now all of a sudden we're straight into strategy. Less than a minute in.
Che at the line, the lefty puts it up, and first point goes to Oregon. We expect the Buffaloes to put a lot of pressure on Oregon early, try to get some turnovers, try to get things happening right away as Oregon wants to play a slower paced game, pack it in a little bit.
Yeah, they want to run out this clock, right? They want to slow this way down. CU, of course, is going to push it as fast as they can. They want to exploit every bit of their game.
Sherrod.
Especially when you look at this zone, right? This isn't something that Pac-12 teams see all the time. So offensively, that's hard to strategize against. That'll work, though.
Frida Foreman was way off the mark, which doesn't happen very often. Jalen Sherrod backs her up with a 3.
That's one way to get it going.
Sherrod slipped a little bit. Dump into Che. She's wide open right side. Drop it in. Nice look from Priscilla Williams.
It's just so hard to defend. And she plays so well. I mean, she plays at a full 6'8", 6'10".
Quay Miller, each team with a foul committed. And Filipina Che at 6'8", junior. Miller bounced off.
Yeah, the Oregon starting lineup is impressive with Chance Gray pulling in the 5'9", everyone else at 6'2", 6'3", 6'7", 6'8".
Working both sides of the blocks, Che and Basham. Up top, it's Van Sluten. Grace sends it away to Priscilla Williams. There's a takeaway for Colorado. Other way goes Maddie Nolan driving, and she's fouled. Maddie Nolan on the break after the takeaway.
Again, just that veteran move. Maddie just has that presence. Second chance points. Fast break points. This is the challenge for Oregon.
11 points on Sunday against Washington for Maddie Nolan. Steps to the line. Sherrod pressuring hard on Chance Gray. Van Sluten, there's a foul.
Right read, though. They had the baseline.
Kelly Graves sends in 2 subs. 0 Ula Chamberlain on the floor. Sarah Rambis, 23. Floater is good.
Of course, last year, some injuries, some frustration, some hiccups there, but such a steady presence for the Buffs this year.
Another of the subs grabs the rebound. It's Kendall Wetta. Charlotte Whitaker, the third of the 3 who just checked in for the Buffs. And all 3 of them just touched it. Drops it down to Quay Miller, who reverses for 2.
Again, when you talk about a zone, right, you don't play against it. It's so hard to find an offense, but that's exactly what you have to do. Find those wrinkles, get behind that zone, and Charlotte Whitaker delivering a nice pass to Miller there just behind the defense.
And that shot attempt, there's a foul committed. Tamia Sadler checks in. She's a senior. Charlotte Whitaker, grad student. She makes that pass.
Obviously making a point that CU has some reps under their belt. They got some experience, and it is paying off. And Oregon just doesn't have a lot of depth either. This is one of their weak spots, right? They don't have a lot of bench to go to.
Quay Miller, decisive. The pass deflected. Miller gets the catch, turns and shoots without hesitation, knowing there's a tree, a redwood behind her, and she just goes right to it, knocks it down.
Yeah, you get the sense this season, Miller is very much all about the unfinished business. That chip on her shoulder is still strong. She knows there's an opportunity, and she is doing everything she can to make sure CU has every opportunity to go get it.
Grabs that wild miss. Kennedy Williams under the rim. Wetta the other way. That's silky smooth from Kendall Wetta.
Just efficient basketball by CU right now. Pushing it, finding each one of their shots. Coach Payne mentioned how she was pleased at Washington to finally see some efficient basketball.
Corner, Ula Chamberlain knocks it down. Chamberlain, a good story. She was a student and a model. Came to an open gym workout. Players told Coach Graves, hey, you should really take a look at her. And 0 just hit a 3.
I know, I love her story. Gets a scholarship, earns an opportunity.
Whitaker, lefty, puts it away.
Yeah, shooting 60% from the field, that helps. Yeah, they're knocking it down. Also eliminates those second chance points. That's one way. Just make the first one.
Che, tough shot. The lefty spinning. She's fouled. That one rattles down and pops back out. Sends it up with a single. A lot of hook shots, too, in her repertoire.
As there should be. Yes.
A lot of one-handed work by Che. Gets one of those two. 16-9. Early trends. 2 offensive boards for the Buffs. 3 turnovers for Oregon. And Colorado with 5 assists. Those are all playing against what Oregon coach Kelly Graves said the keys would need to be for them to have a shot here in Boulder. They got to turn some things now. Priscilla Williams had it flat-footed on the miss. That's Gray, pestered by Weta. That's one of the most commonly used phrases in the Pac-12, pestered by Weta.
It's the same. We hear that a lot.
Blocked shot, Charlotte Whitaker. Ula Chamberlain trying to flip one up. Whitaker smothered it. Che, a little double comes, and Nolan had it poked away, but Slutin beats the clock and scores. Grace Van Slutin quick to the rim.
She's such a good playmaker, and she uses her length so well. Again, that's exactly what I expect. She plays also kind of beyond her years. She's a high basketball IQ player.
She had the longest run on the court after finishing that layup to get back to Foreman, and just a little bit of defense the last second. Now Che spins and puts it down, and Oregon's back within 3. Pretty nice looking move from Philly Che.
I know. You know, and I tell you what, this is a player that's still very much in development, right? She's still learning this game. And the growth that she's made during her time at Oregon, she's still on her way up. But again, just that knowledge of being able to read the defense.
And we'll commit the foul against Grace Van Slutin. Is that your
That
shot?
is tight. That is like, wait. That's my replay sound effects.
Yeah, I like your add-on.
I do what I can.
See if they take a peek at that one when they get a stop here. Free throw from Van Slutin. First one is good. Back within 4 for Oregon. Shooting, call it 50% there. 4 of 8 from the floor. Che's hit a couple shots that have helped that number. It didn't feel very good early on. They've had trouble shooting the basketball this year from the floor, but a respectable start here. And remember, they were held to just 11 points in the entire first half 12 days ago. They're at 15 right now.
Exactly. Already improved.
Meredith Conway, power move, finishes.
I was saying, Nettie making the contact, making sure the ball gets in there.
Brother Noah played at Indiana, NBA, and various pro leagues. Now it's Nettie's time, coming through the college ranks, having a heck of a year. Back-to-back 20-point games for Aronette on the road last weekend, leading the Buffs in scoring. Just got that one to put them up 5. Chamberlain beats the shot clock.
How about it?
And they open gym pickup. Flip it into Miller, right elbow. Takes a step around, now spins back. Crowd liked it. Now free to Foreman. Almost had a tie-up. Kind of on a slow-mo tie-up. Sarah Rambis pulled it away.
Was thinking about it. Kind of went for it.
You're going to leave that there that long? I'll grab it.
I'll give this a shot.
Last cookie. You're not going to eat it. Open shot is short front iron. Sarah Rambis. 2-point game. And Foreman runs down the floor. There's a breakaway bucket for the Buffaloes. The Ducks can almost run out the first quarter clock, so that's what they're working on here. Defense extends, so the Ducks get a chance to drive. Can't score. Buffs with 3, 2. Sherrod puts one up. It was waved off. Didn't get it away before the buzzer. Missed anyway.
And we're losing that. You lose that with this conference realignment.
Second quarter underway. Sherrod up top for the Buffaloes. Miller, Sadler working in through that zone. Got it down to Vonleh, sends it back out. Sherrod runs around underneath and emerges on the other side.
It's an option.
Cut by Vonleh. Nice finish by Vonleh with a little bit of action on her defensively. Good drop pass, and the Buffs have the first bucket of the second.
Right, and just that nuance, just awareness to give it one beat, let Van Sloten kind of fly by and finish that easy.
Open look after a step-around dribble. Priscilla Williams with the high arching shot. Oregon now to 19 points on the board. 24-19 the count. And that three equals their entire production of the second quarter 12 days ago. Buffs beat them 18-3 in the second in Eugene. Miller knocks it down.
Just a good, solid shot, and Che is there.
Precisely. 4 seconds, long bomb on the way, and that three goes down. In the last two meetings between these two teams, Oregon just unable to hit threes. They were 2 of 32 against the Buffs in the last two games they played. They have changed that tonight. Vonleh calmly from the right side. Whitaker was down. She's back up. Che grabs a pass and is too strong with the shot. Kendall Wetta brings it up to the Buffs. Miller,
nice
straight on three. Got it.
She'll do it. She'll knock it down. Business as usual for Quay Miller.
Kendall Wetta with 4 assists in 5 minutes.
Is that good?
That's pretty good.
That's amazing.
That would get you 32
She's
for
doing
a game.
all right, exactly.
That's
Let's stay on
pace.
pace.
Probably a record.
We can stay on pace with that.
Another look for her. That one, she had to reach and grab it a little bit off of her right hip. Good reset from Maddie Nolan.
And it is such a win-win, right? Maddie Nolan gets an experience, gets to come here and finish out a career with a team that you know she knows, right? She does her homework. She knows they're competing. And CU gets another veteran presence on the floor.
Ducks.
Come on.
Shocking the room. Personal player. Miller. That's Van Sloten from behind. Buffs keep it. Wetta is going to push it in. Now 10 seconds to shoot. Smith, Foreman. Vonleh just makes some space. Score it.
Weight room. Weight room. Just pushing bodies around. Again, Kennedy, not a mismatch by any means. Coming in at 6'7", but Vonleh just moves her out of the way.
Well, stripped away by Wetta. Foreman kept it alive. Now Wetta the other end, left side, scores. Kendall Wetta, a key ingredient for the Buffs' success.
Like that. See? I'm glad she heard me. It's just like get it done. Here, there.
Sherrod sees an opening, fires it through the defense, and Nolan leads everybody to the basket. Che trying to hand it off. That was denied. Pressure from the Buffs, keeping the intensity up. Just over a minute left in the first half. Gray dribbles around, shoots and scores. Good-looking shot from Chance Gray. Leads the Pac-12 in minutes per game, does Chance Gray. Maddie Nolan. Well, she's tied for game high with Quay Miller. She had 11 at Washington. Van Sloten trying to answer. And that rebound caroms off of a Duck's hand. Oregon leads the all-time series with Colorado 19-11. This is the 31st meeting. Nolan feeling it. Got it.
What I love about that play is Sherrod delivered it to Maddie Nolan. She just started backpedaling. Yeah, I know she's got this. I know she's got this.
18 assists now for the Buffaloes on 19 made shots. 18 assists in the first half. Things breaking down now for the Ducks. Their largest deficit with 15 against them right now. Che fights her way toward the rim. Scramble continues. That'll go to Colorado.
You know, Washington State wasn't their best outing. Washington, they focused on just being efficient, exploiting each other's strengths, knowing when to take the shot. Even if you have that high percentage shot, right, let's feed it to Maddie Nolan. We know she's on fire.
Try her again. Maddie Nolan going off. That'll take us to halftime. The Maddie Nolan Show. 13 now 16 points. 4 threes in the first half. Staking Colorado to an 18-point advantage. The 16 tonight after 11 on Sunday. A new CU high water mark for Maddie Nolan, who will inbound the basketball to open up the third quarter.
And again, kind of the coach's dream of you have all your players peaking at the right time.
Frida Foreman wants to get into the act.
And Frida with a hand in her face, but just knocks it down. And you know Frida's chippy enough. She's like, no, I'm getting in on this, okay? I want a piece of this pie.
Oregon comes back. You'll see how the effort looks in the second half against their in-state rival. Frida Foreman knocks it down and moves into third all-time at CU and made threes, passing Britney Spears. Target line of Frida Foreman. She works on some career marks. Grace Van Slooten always plays hard. Grace knocks one down.
And again, like Coach Graves said, this is just a tough hole to dig out of, right? And you kind of said it. Consistency has been the tough part for Oregon, right? Not being able to put 4 quarters together. When you break them down, you can see, again, on Sunday against Oregon State, you play really tough. You chip away at a lead. Just haven't been able to put all 4 quarters together.
Clay Miller has been buttery smooth. Now the takeaway for Nolan. She'll run with Sherrod. Jalen finished that.
You see Oregon taking a little time out there. Again, Oregon not even making much of an effort to get down.
But just from the Buffaloes' perspective, how much have you seen this year and what have you seen tonight out of this team?
Well, I'll tell you, I think this team, you look right now at what they're doing in this game against the Kelly Graves well-known zone, 23 assists on 24 made field goals. So they've shared the ball all season really well. They aren't a team that's just looking for a shot. They're a team that's looking for the best shot. They're very selfless in how they distribute their shot selection. I love how every single game they're going to come in well prepared. I was in their shoot around today, and they mean business when they step on the floor, and the retention of the game plan to what you see on the floor is tremendous.
I was here earlier when you talked to the team at the end of shoot around, and I could hear part of your comments, but can you sort of synthesize the message you wanted to give to the team?
Well, I just shared I wasn't prepared for that moment. I should have been, probably. I would have maybe said a few other things and definitely probably would have said less swear words. But
no audio, please.
Yeah, no audio, right? But I just shared that there's a sisterhood in wearing this uniform. And, Cammie, you know this. My group text of my teammates in my era,
right.
It's popping right now because of what they're doing. We're so proud of what they're doing. And, I said, you're going to huddle up with each other. You put your hand in. We said Buffs are one. Is that what you said?
Right,
Buffs are one. But the rest of your life, you're going to try to recreate this huddle that you have right now, and you're not going to do it. You can't do it.
No.
The closest that you're going to come to is the family you create. Because, again, the sisterhood that this arena allows, the way this university pours into this program, the community pours into it, and what you play for, there's nothing like it. And I just encourage them to value one another so much and know that you're going to be in one another's lives forever.
I understand you hosted this person next to me when she made her campus visit back in the day.
Just a few years ago, exactly.
It was like 8 years ago, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just a few years ago.
I don't even remember why she had me host you. Maybe it was like we were both broadcast journalism majors or something.
Yeah, I'm sure there was some alignment there. But to be clear, I came into the CU visit as this is a courtesy. I'm an in-state kid. I'll go to the CU visit, and it was, of course, the team that I had grown up cheering for, watching, and here it is, Reagan and Aaron Scholes, and you talk about that sisterhood. It was pretty clear, that's how they get those three-peats. Okay, that's something special. I think this actually looks much better.
Well, we had a pretty good coach, too. We had a really good coach who did a great job with her staff. And you again see the job that JR is doing with her staff, her husband, Toriano, which, small world, my husband actually coached Toriano in college football at St. Mary's, so I don't know how that all happened. But, JR's just done a phenomenal job with her staff and their recruitment. And you can tell, again, this team is recruited to an identity. And they look for specific things. Again, that selfless cultural element. And I know Kelly looks for that as well. And it's kind of cool seeing all of the international flavor on the floor as well with these two programs.
As I was saying, you could probably speak to having spent, 20-plus years coaching in the NCAA and the pipeline that is now and the transfer portal and how active that
is. You either buy in or you don't.
Right.
And, different coaches are going to take different approaches. I think, again, to JR's credit, this is a program that has been able to retain key pieces.
Quay Miller, right? But they all choose to come back, which says
Charlotte
something.
Whitaker as well, definitely. And they're able to recruit then to the culture, and that's a piece that when you and I were going through the process back in the day, that sometimes is overlooked at this point, is when you are a recruit coming on campus and you can look in the eyes of somebody who's been, as we see the big three in transition hit by Nolan, but somebody who's worn the uniform for 3 years and telling you what it means and what the legacy means and what it means to leave the locker room better than when you found it, that resonates throughout your career, and I think is worth a lot in being able to build a program like JR's done.
And just the impact, right? Being able to make that impact on women's basketball in this Pac-12 conference. I mean, you've got that lens, especially where you sit now with the Sparks, right? This conference is full of talent.
Sadler's open, and she'll knock down the three. Tamia Sadler, first three of the night. She has not missed a shot. 3 for 3 from the floor with 7 points. Tamia Sadler. This is the new largest lead of the game. Cut by Van Sluten. Whitaker is there, and Charlotte Whitaker fouled Van Sluten. Second foul.
A little banged up. This mountain road trip, right? You've got potentially weather. You've got not necessarily an easy flight between each. It's always a logistics game, right? You've got altitude both places.
Thanks to sports information contacts, Chris Brown with the Ducks and Seth Pringle with Colorado. And Chris helping us with information for the Ducks program. He's a big Chiefs fan, so he's glad that their tip time's noon on Sunday because he'll be able to catch part of the Super Bowl from the airport, or from the Cheesecake Factory is where they're going. And then they'll be at the airport. He's hoping to catch the last part of it. Kelly Graves said that he said West Coast, best coast, so he's going to go with the Niners.
Stick with the Niners.
But he was fine with the Chiefs. He said mainly he's a Broncos and Steelers fan, but he just doesn't like the Seahawks and Cowboys as his main agenda.
Exactly. It has some history.
Down underneath, Charlotte Whitaker backpedaling with a couple fouls. She stays out of a foul there. Out of bounds it went to Colorado. For the record, J.R. Payne. Whitaker, nice. Quick spin and score left-handed. J.R. Payne said she'll probably root 49ers because former Buffalo Quinessa Kalo Doe, she's got a vested interest. Ray McLeod on the roster for the Niners. So Coach Payne said, I'll support Buffs connections.
Yes, to be clear, she was more frustrated that they were playing on Super Bowl Sunday than anything else. If I have to choose somebody, right, I'll go with the Buff connection for sure.
Sadler in the lane. Great look. Well, that kind of sums it up on the assist chart. I mean, just everything tonight. The passing crisp. Buffaloes have handled this zone well. 29 assists on 31 buckets.
I mean,
how about handling the zone? Smith up to Weta, who missed the finish. Smith grabs the miss. Foreman cuts through, and that'll be another assist.
That'll work, too.
Buffs, Brianna McLeod in. 25 for Colorado is on the floor.
Kind of bails her out there.
The Ducks are at the line now. The crazy stat is that the Ducks only allow their opponents to get to the line 4.3 times per game. That might be a 2-shot visit, so a few more attempts, but part of it's that zone, just not a lot of active, kind of fouling defense the way they play D, but that's kind of insane to think how seldom teams are at the line against the Ducks.
Absolutely, and it's just hard, right? It's hard to draw them against the zone. Again, not too many teams play a zone. You're not going to spend a lot of time on it because you're not going to see it that often. So offensively, it's tough. You're kind of taking out of your game plan a little bit.
The Buffs have gone to the line 3 times tonight, just under that 4.3 average the Ducks have. Shot miss, 7 seconds to go in the third. Oregon won't get it down floor. That went out of bounds on the side.
When you're making every shot, there's no chance to turn it over.
Chamberlain drives, missed the shot at the buzzer, and Colorado with a 29-14 third quarter. The Buffs have scored in the 20s in every quarter.
That's going to get you a few points. That's going to go a long way. And we talked to Coach Graves earlier this week, who mentioned this is the deepest. He's got some experience in this conference, right? Feels that this is the deepest the Pac-12 has been is this season.
Yeah. 5 tournament crowns to Kelly Graves' credit, 3 regular season championships, 2 tournament championships. Che goes inside and scores, and with all that observation, there's a chance at it. Hot hand, Nolan missed it. There's Quay Miller on the boards. Quay, the Buffalo's rebound leader, gets stuck in the arms and gave it away. Quay Miller with 10 rebounds now, a double-double, 12 points, 10 boards. 3 is good.
Good defense for Brianne McLeod. Again, Che's got the size advantage. Again, it's a player just learning how to use it too, right? Has the mismatch, but not certain how to exploit it quite yet.
Long ball is up and good. Oregon getting a couple threes here. Push themselves up and over 50 points. They bucket there by Chance Gray. Frida Foreman now down.
A little bit of definitely some impact there. But what exactly happened, I'm not sure here. We go for the contest, right?
Collision to the midsection. That was Bella Hamilton.
We'll go NHL style. It's a mid.
Yeah.
It's a mid lower body.
Doesn't
injury.
have enough makes to qualify in the Pac-12 free throw percentage chase, but just under 92% from the line this year. And good on both of those. Sarah Rose Smith is going to check in. There's Vonleh with a pass received from Frida Foreman. Keeping an eye on that Oregon State-Utah matchup, and the Beavers on the road. 41 points allowed to Utah. Top scoring offense in the Pac-12. That's the calling card for the Beavers, though. Number 0 and number 00 tangled up and on roller skates toward the right corner. 2 bodies arriving at the same spot. Now they tangle up and tango to a whistle.
Tango, that's getting poetic.
Hey.
This late in the game.
Wordsworth, whoever that is. Smith. Sadler uses glass. And Sadler is into double figures. She's got 11. There's Sadler with a block. And Slutin got her calf muscle to relax. Got back on the floor. Chamberlain sends it up. Van Sluten still working, and she'll score, and she'll get a free throw. Grace Van Sluten and 1. Foul, Jalen Sherrod. Smith and Michaela Johnson, the redshirt freshman from Anchorage, Alaska, on the floor. Johnson, 23 for the Buffs on the left wing.
And as you should, right? This point in the season, you want to keep mainly not only bodies fresh, but bodies injury-free from your starters, right? Give some of your bench, give some of your young players some of these game reps, which doesn't often happen in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Very rarely do, right? Your younger players get an opportunity. She's going to get on the board.
There's a bucket and smile from Michaela Johnson.
That girl.
Yeah, Colorado, Frida Foreman, 22 minutes. Quay Miller, 21 minutes, and a double-double in 21 minutes. Way underneath. Jaden Atchison, number 1, the freshman from Cedar Hill, Texas, is in. Jalen Sherrod with 18 minutes played tonight. Foreman 22, Miller 21, Vonleh 18 minutes. Talk about powerful win and good opportunity to conserve a little bit for Sunday with a noon start with Oregon State.
Keep a little bit in the tank. It's a huge added bonus for CU.
Jaden Atchison, right wing, now around to Sadler, back to Atchison. Rose Smith dribbles with 2 seconds to shoot, dumps the ball away, and McLeod's shot is swatted away by Kennedy Basham. Kennedy came into this game with 31 blocks, second on the team, 32 for Che, but Basham has got her 31 blocks in about half as many minutes as Jay, who has one more. That shot didn't get out of the hand in time.
Against, more top 25 teams. She was at Utah, USC, and UCLA before rounding out the Pac-12 conference season, hosting the Washington schools. So back on the road, having a little extra fuel in the tank, you take every bit you can.
Michaela Johnson for Colorado, 3. Far fewer minutes and moments. Ball bounces free to Jay Natchison, runs it down. Atchison will go to the free throw line.
That experience counts.
Sammy Wagner questioned the call after, saying, I didn't do anything in that replay. Didn't get a whole lot of her, but
I think there was a little something.
maybe something in there. Bella Hamill is on the court right now for Oregon. Kennedy Basham still out there. Sarah Rambis. Kennedy Williams. Along with Sammy Wagner.
The narrative, all that conversation is all outside the program. That focuses on that next game. And again, being able to build that focus too as part of your culture, that's tough to do.
The Buffaloes, after the Sunday home game with Oregon State 2 days from now, they'll go on the road for 3 in a row. Utah, USC, and UCLA. That's 3 road-ranked teams. And then close with the Washington schools here. Tonight, a party at the CU Event Center, 90-57. The Buffaloes score 36 baskets from the floor, and they assist on 32 of those. Former coach of his former player, Kelly Graves, a hug for somebody who played her days under that guy. J.R. Payne gets her team's 20th win of the season.